Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Dallas Cowboys, former wide receiver Dez Bryant speaks out about offseason moves. Former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant went onto Twitter on Tuesday to take out his frustration with the lack of moves Dallas has made so far this offseason. Every team in the NFC East has made at least a significant move or two so far this offseason. The New York Giants traded for outside linebacker Brian Burns from the Carolina Panthers and also signed some offensive linemen in NFL free agency. Philadelphia signed running back Saquon Barkley in NFL free agency to a 3-year deal. The Washington Commanders signed running back Austin Ekeler and also snatched offensive lineman Tyler Biadasz from the Dallas Cowboys in NFL free agency. Dallas has yet to make any big splashes this NFL free agency period. Dez Bryant said on Twitter on Tuesday afternoon about the Cowboys' offseason so far by saying, "Get ready to take the blame, Dak, because I really don't see no help coming your way unless a miracle happened. Everybody in the NFC East got better during free agency, but the Cowboys, the draft will not be enough." Dallas finished last season with a 12-5 record and won the NFC East. They were the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs before getting pounced in the playoffs by the Green Bay Packers. The Cowboys will have some needs in the 2024 NFL Draft, and Dallas does need to fix its roster up a little bit. Some of the things they could use in the NFL Draft is another wide receiver to help out CeeDee Lamb, help on the offensive line, and also help on the defensive side of the football. The Dallas Cowboys will have the 24th overall selection in the 2024 NFL Draft. It will be interesting to see which route they decide to go in with that selection. A lot of people have blamed Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott in the past for the Cowboys' failure. It has been a couple of decades since Dallas has been to the NFC Championship game and a Super Bowl title. Prescott played at an MVP level during the regular season last year. Dak Prescott completed 69.5% of his passes for 4,516 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions last season with Dallas. He also rushed for 242 yards on 55 carries and 2 touchdowns, and averaged 4.4 yards per carry. According to Spotrac, Prescott has a cap hit of $59,455,000 for the 2024 season. This is what is probably holding Dallas back of signing players. Former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant is right that Prescott is going to be blamed for Dallas not making any moves. There are deeper problems with the Cowboys other than the quarterback position because they will always take the downfall when something goes wrong. Dallas Cowboys currently projected to earn 3 compensatory picks in 2025 NFL Draft. We still have a ways to go until the 2024 NFL Draft, but it is never too early to start looking ahead. The Monday following this year's draft will likely see mock drafts all over the place, which is an exercise in total futility as we have absolutely no idea how next NFL season will play out. But we are at a point where we can partly predict what some things will look like in 2025 when it is all said and done, and one of those things is compensatory picks. The Cowboys were awarded 2 comp picks in this year's draft as a result of how last year's free agency period went, and with free agency underway now, in a negotiating sense, information for the future is partially known. The fine folks at Over the Cap have projections available for 2025 compensatory picks. At the moment the Cowboys are projected to earn 3, 2 in the 5th round and 1 in the 6th round. OTC also has the Cowboys projected to have $97.1 million salary cap space, $88 million in effective, next offseason, so they are well positioned to add to their roster. However, assuming the Cowboys manage to negotiate an extension or two this offseason, that will obviously impact things significantly. There is plenty of time to go until next season as mentioned. The Cowboys are well known for coveting their compensatory picks, so it stands to reason that they do not want to jeopardize them in free agency this year. Obviously no team should make decisions in the name of not jeopardizing the compensatory formula, but we will see if Dallas does anything to risk a future pick. Latest Ezekiel Elliott report paves way for Cowboys' return. The second day of NFL free agency is underway after a boatload of moves around the NFL went down. On March 11, the Tennessee Titans and RB Tony Pollard agreed to a 3-year, $24 million deal which created a hole in the backfield for Dallas. The Cowboys didn't want to pony that money up and decided to let Pollard walk. There are still capable running backs on the market, and one potential option would intrigue Cowboy fans, Ezekiel Elliott. Per Christopher Price of the Boston Globe Sports, Elliott hasn't had any conversations with the Patriots about a return in 2024 and the Cowboys should pounce. Price did say that things could change in the future, but the Cowboys should bring him back to town with the void in the backfield. Although Elliott isn't the same player that he once was, but he is still a powerful runner with strong hands as a receiver. The 28-year-old can be a nice tailback in a running back committee, and he displayed that in 2023 with the Patriots. He finished with 642 rushing yards, 313 receiving yards, and 5 total touchdowns. That production could rise if he did return to Dallas due to the familiarity with the organization and playing in a potent offense. In his 7-year career with Dallas, Elliott recorded 8,262 rushing yards, 2,336 receiving yards, and 80 total scores. The Ohio State product could be a low-cost signing to boost the backfield. The Cowboys own one of the best rosters in the league and have a real shot of reaching Super Bowl 59. They currently have the 7th best odds in the NFL to win the whole thing at plus 1,700. Head over to FanDuel Sportsbook, claim your sign-up bonus, and take advantage of these odds to back the Cowboys. For the first time in his career, Ezekiel Elliott will be playing against the Dallas Cowboys. The 3-time Pro Bowl running back took his talents to the New England Patriots this offseason, and he is now set to face the same team that drafted him as the number 4 overall pick all the way back in 2016. Needless to say, it's going to be an emotional homecoming for the 28-year-old when he heads back to the AT&T Stadium on Sunday. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was recently asked to share his thoughts on Elliott's upcoming return to his former stomping ground. As it turns out, Dallas has something up their sleeve for their former star. "I don't want to blow a surprise, and that's a good enough answer for you," Jones said, via Logan Mullen of Odyssey. The Cowboys are probably going to honor Elliott with a tribute video of some sort, which is something the All-Pro RB absolutely deserves. Other than that, however, Jones is keeping mum about whatever else they have in store for Zeke. "I know that he was one of the best teammates that I've had the privilege of seeing on the Cowboys," Jones said. For his team, he was inspirational. He was inspirational before the games, his practice habits were off the charts, he just would basically practice as though every play was for all the marbles. He had very unique skills as a running back, and boy, he could lower that pad and lower that center of gravity. It's not all about preparation for Elliott either. This man delivers when it matters the most, and much like Jones, Cowboys fans everywhere will be more than willing to attest to this fact. "I know this. As far as a back that the opposing team hates to tackle, I think he's at the top of the list," Jones continued. Earl Campbell of the Houston Oilers seems to have that title, but man, Zeke took a toll on those defensive players. So I'll always remember that. I'll remember his positiveness. He has the perfect mentality to play this game and be a pro. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation Zeke Elliott? Leave your opinion in the comments.